What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but I'm looking very intense today. This is the red and black eye look that you guys requested on Twitter. By the way, if you guys aren't following me on Twitter yet, you should follow me on Twitter because you get to vote for stuff like that. So the tutorial for this is gonna be up tomorrow. It's gonna be up tomorrow, which is Saturday, right? Yeah, my days get mixed up. So yeah, if you guys want some more details on this look, go ahead and check that video out tomorrow. Today is not my first vlog, but the first of many vlogs that I hope to do, and we are going to talk coincidentally about my first boyfriend, which was a mess. I'm just gonna get it out. I don't have a sweet story of first love and romance, okay? This was definitely just an epic fail on my part. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, a young Skitten was only 16 and attending college. My mother was understandably protective of me. She had a necklace that said jailbait made for me, which I most definitely lost because it was kind of embarrassing. And so with all of that and, you know, various drama that ensued, I knew that I could not date anybody who I went to school with, but I also knew that I definitely wanted a boyfriend, just to have one. I don't know, 15-year-old Skitten didn't know what the point of having a boyfriend was. I talked to one of my friends who her boyfriend was like a freshman in college and she had like just graduated, but they had like some friends who were still in high school, you know, so they were only like a few years older than me. So I was like, hey, you should hook me up with one of your high school friends, and she never really said anything to me about it. So I was just kind of like, okay, maybe she just doesn't want to do that. That's fine, I'm kind of weird. So I went over to hang out at her house one night. One of her boyfriend's friends came over. She was living with her boyfriend at the time. Long story. One of her boyfriend's friends came over and I was like, oh man, this guy's kind of cute and he's funny, and he was just like talking to me a lot. I was like, huh, I might be kind of into this guy, and I talked to my friend about him, and then, you know, she was like, oh well, blah blah blah, you know, you should see where this goes. So, you know, for the rest of that day I just kind of saw where it went. We played a truth or dare, right? You know, I know that's pretty adult. Pretty adult. We didn't even dare each other to do anything fun. And yeah, so then the next day ran into him at school, and I decided I was gonna take the bull by the horns and ask him out. So I asked him out, and then he said yes, and I was feeling real good about myself. And then I told my friend who had introduced us, and she just looked horrified. And I was like, well, I don't understand, what's the problem? I know me asking him out is like a big deal, but like, what's wrong with that? She then let me know that I was not supposed to ask him out yet, because they had a line of other suitors that they planned on introducing me to in their group of friends. They had like 3 dudes who had mentioned that they might be interested in dating me, so I was supposed to meet all 3 dudes, and then those 3 dudes were gonna, I don't know, compete. I was like the prize, like a show pony or something. I don't know. All I knew is that I fucked up this plan, and I was just like, if you had told me about the plan, this might have worked out a bit better. I met you know, the other guys that they wanted me to talk to. We'll call the first guy that I asked out, we'll call him Martian.
Slutface.
I'm not gonna call him Slutface.
That's a good name.
I'm not calling him Slutface.
Call him Poopy Butt.
So anyway, Martian.
You're not gonna call him Poopy Butt, but you will call him Martian.
Look, I saw your Marvin the Martian hat. So anyway, so Martian and I were dating at this point because we had said that we were dating, and I asked him out. But I met the other guy, and you know, that's when I find out that not only are these guys friends, they're like best friends. Like they call each other brother. And I was just like, well, this is slightly awkward, because the second guy, we'll call him Doodlebop. Doodlebop was not aware that I had already asked out Martian, because everyone told me not to tell him yet, and they were like, well, maybe you'll decide to date Doodlebop instead of Martian. And I was just like, well, that'd be kind of fucked up since I already kind of asked Martian out, but you know, whatever. met Doodlebop, and Doodlebop is a super chill dude. He's just like this super cool guy, and I'm just like, fuck. I kind of wish I hadn't asked out Martian so I could date Doodlebop. I hear you mocking me! So I'm in a bit of a pickle, okay? 16, 15, whatever. I think I was 16 at this point. 16-year-old Skitten is in a bit of a pickle. Because I've got these two great guys that I really like. One of whom I've already asked out. The other of whom is just like super cool. So I agonize about it. And then they tell me I have to make a decision. I have to make a choice. And then after we make the choice, you know, I have to banish the other one from the kingdom forever. Like, that's not how it was, but that's how dramatic we all were about it. So I'm talking to the guy I chose. I chose Martian because I'd already asked out Martian, so I'm talking to him about it, and I'm like, oh, I'm so nervous. I feel so bad. I feel so upset. Poor Doodlebop. And Martian's like, don't worry about it, everything's gonna be okay because we want to be together and blah blah blah, and you know, Doodlebop's my best friend and he'll understand, and then after you tell him, we'll go up and we'll watch a movie and we'll eat Twizzlers and blah blah blah. The next day we go, and my friend, we'll call her Emily, and her boyfriend, we'll call him Jim Bob. Okay, so Emily and Jim Bob are there, and Martian and Doodlebop are there, and Jim Bob is super dramatic, and he's like a game show host, and he's like, one of you is the winner and one of you is the loser, and just know that there should be no hard feelings because we're all friends, blah blah blah. And I am sweating bullets, guys. I am stressed the fuck out. So I finally tell him, like, well, you know, I feel like I already asked out Martian, and so I just don't feel like it's fair for me to you know, unask him out to go out with some other guy, even though he's really great and wonderful. And Doodlebop just looks super sad, right? And Martian has started looking really uncomfortable. And, you know, I'm just like, so I push through and I reject this guy, and I'm like, okay, Martian, let's go to, you know, lunch so you can hang out with me and comfort me like you told me you were gonna do. And Martian's like, actually, I'm gonna go hang out with Doodlebop and talk to him because he's my homie. And I was just like, oh, okay. So then that happened. Martian and I are dating and everything's cool. I did his homework for him because incidentally, you know, I was like a sophomore or something, a sophomore in college, and he was like, he had just graduated high school, you know, so I was able to do his homework for him. So I do his homework for him, and we hang out and we talk on the phone all the time. And poor foolish 16-year-old Skitten does not know that what you're not supposed to do in the first week of your relationship is, you know, in the middle of a conversation where you're half asleep, tell the person that you're falling in love with them. Yeah, way to go, Skitten. Also, that you're not supposed to call them all the time or pressure them about stuff. I didn't know a lot of things, okay? I was young and in love. And so, make it through about 6 days of my relationship, and then on the 7th day, my boyfriend refuses to answer his phone and he won't talk to me. So then I call, and I get a very bad feeling. So then I call, what did I say her name was again? Emily. Call that girl. I'm telling her, and she's like, oh, you need to talk to Martian. You should just talk to Martian. Finally, Martian talks to me, and he's like,
I need to focus on school and keeping my grades up, and I don't think I'm ready for a relationship right now.
And I'm just like, homie, you could have told me this when I was deciding between you and Doodlebop. Instead of the Martian, I could have had Doodlebop. Everything would have been fine, but I picked Martian because I thought Martian wanted to be with me. And he was just like, I know, I'm so sorry. And then I cried and I cried and I cried. And so that is the story of how my first relationship lasted all of 6.5 days.
Loser.
Excuse the fuck out of you. I am not a loser, okay? I was just young and naive in love. I didn't realize that you're not supposed to tell your first boyfriend within the first 3 days of dating that you're falling in love with him. You know, maybe it's just because I did his homework for him all the time, and once he got that from me, he just didn't need me for anything else. Maybe I got him a bad grade. But yeah, so that is my first boyfriend. That is, man, I don't know. I should have just waited like my mother asked me to. Mother knows best, apparently. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what else you guys would like to vlog about, what else you want to hear me rant about or talk about, what other traumatic experiences you want me to, you know, divulge to you, what other deep-seated wounds you would like me to expose, because I'm pretty sure that having your first boyfriend dump you after 6.5 days shapes your psyche in some way, shape, or form. Don't forget to check out the tutorial for this look tomorrow, and it's getting lit, guys. See you later.